Hello everyone and welcome to episode 6 of our Gnomoria Let's Play Season 2. If you didn't catch the first season, you can always go and check that out on my channel, just in case you missed out on what happened with the Grizzly Inkling. It was a hell of an adventure, and I definitely do recommend, if you did not watch any of it, to go and check out some of the episodes, see how that sort of progressed through, and then you'll be able to see all the new sort of changes that have happened to the game and all that sort of thing. And it's really nice to sort of just look back on that and see, damn, like the things that we were missing from the game that are now in it are like so good, and we definitely are very grateful for those updates to be coming from the game. But anyway, I'm going to start this episode basically talking about, I have no idea actually, we're just basically looking at everything and seeing what's going on. We can see this wall getting demolished, all these ramps have basically been removed, and we're going to soon make a wall that connects from here and joins up to here. And we also got the apartments coming along. I'm actually going to go ahead and get a wall built out of some beautiful serpentine just along this wall here. So there's always a problem with doing the corners of a room. Basically, if you do the corners last and the side, actually, is that a problem anymore? I'm not sure if that's a problem anymore. That may have been fixed, but the last time I did this, the corners, if they got built last and the side walls got built first, then the gnomes didn't actually have access. The builders didn't have access to that corner square, so you'd have to go back and actually remove one of these wall blocks and just allow access to that corner. And that's how it was for quite a while. I'm just going to put in some more of these walls to get built. You can see the autosave kicking in there, and it's always a wonderful time. We can see actually 6 people sleeping, which is incredible. Now that actually reminds me about the sleeping to do with the apartments and all that sort of thing. We are going to need some obviously some beds. Oh wait, we've got a yak born. When did that happen? I don't even remember when that happened, but we should have a butcher shop here. Yeah, we've got a butcher shop, and we can go ahead and check the yaks out. We don't need this male yak. We have to butcher him to get those bones, and then from that we'll be able to make I believe it's the loom or the tailor. And that's going to be, for our bandages, of course. That's a huge thing, because it is the 11th day of spring, and it's getting closer towards the next season, and that's going to basically bring upon like a lot of things. The nomads, we've got extra people to work around, and just more stuff we'll be able to get done in a short amount of time. And also, of course, the enemies should start creeping up on us and sort of attacking us, which is, just a natural thing that's going to happen with this game. It's actually like a huge part of it, so we have to definitely prepare for that. And actually, in light of that, I'm probably going to have to go ahead and set someone on the military, because one of these crates actually does have some armor that we can use for that first soldier. So if we go to our military, someone actually wants to be a death cobra, wants to be a crossbowman, and I will make that happen as soon as I do get crossbows. But for now, I only have I think it's sword and just some basic stuff. We can see some things have changed. Oh wait, actually this is all empty, because it's again not the Grizzly Inkling. My military tab is completely just empty because it doesn't actually bring them in. And actually, one of the updates since the last episode was to do with professions and being able to import and export professions. So I'm assuming that, I haven't actually, completely looked into this, but I'm assuming that you can import, a profession from any of your worlds and import it into this world, and then make changes to it, and then you can export it and things like that. Not 100% sure though, just a guess. Don't take my word on it. Basically go and see for yourself, see what happens when you actually do that. We've got 7 people actually sleeping now. We'll go ahead and make sure this game is played again. And also, we're going to have to go ahead, actually not some floors, we're going to have to make some of these stone walls. Of course, it's going to be our wonderful serpentine, and get on the right level and actually put this. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and just make it sort of extend out so it sort of makes sense. And we're actually going to have to fell these trees. Yep, that's definitely something we should be doing really right now. So fell these trees. And another thing left in the comments of the last episode was cutting clippings. When a tree has fruit on it, will actually give you the fruit. So you basically do 2 things in one action. So that's probably the best way to actually get everything out of that tree. I'm gonna go ahead and actually cut down this apple tree here as well, just because I've got plenty of food. 65 food. It's not heaps, but it is enough. This actually reminds me that I need a distillery, because I'm only having yak milk at the moment for my drinks, which isn't too great. And this also reminds me that I need some more storage for my drinks, so I definitely need some more barrels. So if we go down and scroll here, and I don't know, let's just create 3 barrels. That should be able to do quite a lot of good for that stockpile. And also we should go down and check up on the mining situation. We will do the military thing that I mentioned just before very shortly. I just want to get some of these jobs, you know, queued up so that they can get done whilst I'm doing other things. We're definitely going to need a oh, there's a rail fence, there's a picket fence, there's all sorts of sweet ass fences that we can actually get to basically keep the enemies out and keep the animals in, which is an awesome thing. We're gonna have to definitely get a torch in the middle of this area here, and we'll chuck one in there as well. We'll go ahead and just make a big 10 by 10 cutout here as well, simply because it's already sort of, you know, along the way for that. We're actually going to go ahead and just cancel the job for the torch so we can actually place it in the middle, and that'll get done properly and sort of just increase this hallway size a little bit. There's no darkness here, so if I wait, tab, I think it was, yeah, okay, so I've used my key to light up the enemy spawning areas, and we can see that over here, just because the walls are dark doesn't actually mean that anything's going to spawn there, which is nice. So this is -9. I basically want to stay on this for, you know, quite a while. Once I get enough copper and stuff to have enough soldiers, you know, I need nomads to you know, take up those soldier spots so I can, you know, effectively guard, you know, the above ground areas and the underground areas from anything that's going to be spawning. I keep on clicking that for some reason because I keep going for my dig hotkey. So I'm going to go ahead and mine out a 10 by 10 square out of here as well. And I guess that, I think we won't go too far ahead, because if we start, you know, queuing everyone to dig all this, and then we, you know, people will just have too many things on their mind, and then it might get a little bit too confusing. I definitely should just go ahead and make a relatively big order to cut out a lot of that stone there. And we will zoom up so we can actually get dealing with the military. And I'm not sure who's going to go military first. I'm just going to actually go and see. I'm actually going to go to population and see. Okay, so we've got 2 builders, 2 farmers. I'm thinking we don't need 2 farmers. We actually might not need 2 woodcutters either. So it's either going to be a woodcutter or a farmer that I make. Let's go see Doomsday Parade, his skills. What are his skills? He's got some fighting, he's got some axe, hammer, and crossbow. He's quite nice, also with his sword as well. He's just got regular armor, dodge, and shield. So let's go have a look at the second Infinite Unrest, the second woodcutter, see what kind of skills he has. Okay, so they're about equal. I mean, this guy's got more dodge and he's sort of all around. Actually, you know, Infinite Unrest looks like a better match to actually be a wonderful guy in the military for the first time. He's going to go a soldier, which obviously does absolutely nothing but guards. And then we can go ahead and get a squad. So we'll just go ahead and make a new squad. The Irony Pants, that is an amazing name. I'm going to absolutely keep that. The formation is going to be, I guess, basic. So everyone's going to be a basic soldier. Then we can go ahead and put, it is actually Infinite Unrest, the soldier, in there. And then we can go to the formations. This basic formation will have the perk. I don't know what I want to put. Maybe the best defense. Increased melee weapon damage for each member. Firing squad, no, we don't want that. Shield wall. Each member with a shield. We don't have shields at the moment. Increase vision range. I think we'll go with the best defense because he does have a melee weapon, and that seems like a decent thing to do. We will get him defending gnomes. He wants to not avoid enemies. We want him to kill them all. Pursue lost targets. Don't maintain the distance. You will retreat if you're bleeding, because otherwise you're going to die really quickly. And let's go ahead. Way of the Gnome. That's the sort of monk when no armor or equipment is worn. Scouts, that could be alright. Increased block chance and rate. I think we'll go for that. Finish him. Target nearby fallen enemies. I can't really use that effectively without knock him down. So I'm definitely going to go for the guard perk on the position. And obviously plate mail. That's plate mail. This is, I should just rename this to any, or yeah, I'll just rename this to any armor, and that'll go ahead and just get, you know, the best of whatever I have. Now we can see left hand is going to be the shield, and the right hand's going to have any actual weapon. So we should actually go this would... I wonder if I left this at any, it would also try and pick up, you know, like torches and crossbows and stuff like that, wouldn't it? So I wish I could say any melee weapon, but we can't actually do that. I'm just going to say any melee / weapon. And I'll just keep an eye on that. I'll just have to make sure that when I actually create some ranged weapons, when we finally get to that we actually can, you know, just change around that so that people aren't, you know, equipping the wrong thing. And people are sort of still got 2 people sleeping, and some of these things aren't getting done as quick as I would like. But these walls are coming up, so I can start to actually get those stone walls enclosing in here. And we won't have too much of a problem. We can see that these floors, in fact, do still need to get finished off. And I'm not sure what else I should do from here. So there's a really cool feature in the game now where if you click on basically a task that is not being worked on, and then click on the task, it says, you know, pretty much what you need and you know what's missing. So anything in orange, obviously you're going to see that I do not have that bone needle. So the bone needle is going to be created in the bone carver, as we can see. And we just need table, chair, and a knife. That'll all get crafted automatically if I don't have it. The bone carver, I don't know, I'll put it next to the tailor, because I don't really, you know, like the bone carver is just sort of, it's only one workshop, there's not really much else associated with it. So just go ahead and create that. So whilst we're waiting on that, we should probably get some extra farming up. I actually have strawberries here and also cotton, but I don't have any wheat getting made. And wheat's going to be important, obviously, for our straw beds. So I'm not sure where I actually want to put that. Actually, I'm just going to quickly make sure this starts to get done, this actual stone wall, because that's quite important. And wait, do we actually have to... Okay, so we have to go out to here. And once that tree gets removed, I'll be able to close it off completely. And so yeah, we have someone in the military now. However, they don't actually have a place to stand. And I think I'm just going to completely block this off. Oh, but then that's... Yeah, because... Okay, we're going to completely block that off. Because that is what we're going to need to do. We're going to have to make, again, one centralized entrance to the whole base, which is going to be right here. And we're going to put the guard station right next to that. So we go designate, go the guard area. And should we pop it on the inside, or... we'll sit it on the outside, I guess. That's okay. So front entrance is what this one is going to be, and the squad, the irony pants, only has 1 person in it, and hopefully that person is going to rush to that, and hopefully they're going to have that armor equipped as well. Let me just go double check and make sure. Yep, Infinite Unrest is there. He's got his formations set up correctly. He's got the permission. Yeah, okay, positions. I mean, not permissions. I just don't know where he is at the moment. He must have been like walking around, just doing some random browsing. There he is. There we go. He's got a hammer in his hands. That is a beautiful time. I'm just thinking up on my stocks what I have in terms of my tools. So I've got 2 extra pickaxes and felling axes. I don't have any well, I do have 1 hammer, which is nice. What is the... Oh, so hilt. Yeah, the hilt is the handle part. So let's see the forge. The forge is making bars. How many bars do I have now? Let's go check up on the metals. I actually have 13 bars at the moment, so we can create some more armor, in fact. So if we go check out Infinite Unrest, he could use arms, hands, legs, feet, and also back, which I believe the back is the quiver, but he could also use a shield. So that should all be created in the armor smith right here. Oh wait, that's the blacksmith. Which one's the armor smith? Do I even have an armor smith? Actually, I don't think I do. Which is definitely something that I should get onto, and that should go in this corner here. So let's go ahead and get that workshop order in. Armor are built right here. We can see anvils, ball peen hammers, hearth, and the bellows is all going to go into that. Very complicated process, but it will all get done hopefully very shortly. And we can see logs are coming in because of these apple woods getting cut, and we're also going to want to go ahead and completely just cut off that area. Now, we've got... Okay, so the sun is set. Still the 11th day. It's going to be the 12th very shortly. Unless is it 12 days, or does it just switch over after the 11th? I think you go through 12 days until the next season. So we'll scroll down, check out what's going on down here. We've got plenty of copper actually happening, and we've got lots of mining going on. These miners are definitely leveling up quite nicely, and they're definitely getting quicker at what they're doing. So there is that. We've got people, you know, hauling ores and things like that up here. We'll also get the order on for another torch for this second section here. And we just have to wait for this one. They'll probably go from this one over to this one, or maybe they'll go to the closest one. Yeah, they're coming to here. They don't actually go, I don't think gnomes actually take, you know, the order in which you selected, you know, jobs to be done. I don't think they actually take that into account. They pretty much just go from the closest job to the next closest job to the next closest job, I believe. That seems to be, you know, because if it actually did happen the way I selected it chronologically, then this one, you know, would have been started next. So yeah, that's how that works, in case you've ever wondered. And that's always nice to know that, you know, how that mechanic of the game works, because it is quite important. Now, this is level -7. And we got some extra copper here. I don't have to worry about lighting this up at all, because I don't think -7 is ever going to spawn any enemies. So we're going to try to be safe about that. And yeah, so that's going to be hopefully a good thing for us. I kind of feel like lighting up the general area around here with torches. How am I with actually coal? Let's go see and into our coal. We've got 7 bits of coal. Now we should have this furnace. Yeah, so we've got the coal going up to 10. And we do have someone that works on that. Let me just go see. Yeah, so smelting is needed for this workshop. And we do have a smelter. So that's going to be absolutely fine. So we can see both the tailor and actually the bone carver actually held up. The bone carver is actually being held up by a knife, which there is an order for the knife, as we can see in this stonemason here. A knife blade and also the complete knife. So that's going to be, yeah, that should just basically happen once that knife gets created. I guess the miners are actually responsible for that, so they're probably, yeah. You know what, the miners actually are going a little bit overdrive at the moment. So I'm going to go ahead and cancel, like, I don't know, I'm just going to cancel this whole job here. We have lots of copper ore at the moment, and you know, once they're done with actually doing the things to do with the stonemason, I believe I put stonemason and miner together. I'll just go ahead and check. The miner does, yeah, all the stonework is done by the miners. I'm thinking maybe I should have one dedicated miner and then maybe just have one dedicated stonecutter. But it isn't, I don't think that would end up being the best situation, because then you'd have, I'm just going to go ahead and cut out that little piece of dirt there, because it doesn't look right there. So we've got this whole wall closed in, and we've got these walls being created. So let's go ahead and go to stone. Make sure it's the wonderful stone. Make the corner here, and then just leave a gap just to make sure that that doesn't get closed off and we don't, you know, basically waste time fiddling around with all of that stuff. So the knife blade has been made in the stonemason, and the only thing we have now to be made is the knife. And it's really nice how this menu has basically evolved since the updates. It says it needs a hilt at the carpenter, and you can basically just click on the carpenter, it'll take you straight to it. And from here you can obviously move the hilt job up and down for whatever you need. We can see torches obviously in the carpenter. I'll probably need another carpenter, because that is really starting to bottleneck some of the processes that we are going and doing. So I'm going to go ahead and get that built, and hopefully that's going to speed things up a lot more. So we can see this wonderful miner has come to create that knife, and hopefully that bone carver, actually, yeah, the bone carver will go up fairly soon. And then we can carve that into that bone needle to actually get turned into the wonderful tailor. Then we can get bandages, and we don't have to worry about, you know, starting bleeding and simply dying just from a little bit of blood coming out of us. I mean, it is a big problem, but you know, with bandages we can actually patch that up, and it'll be really nice. We can see, I think some things have moved. Actually, the armor isn't really, I don't think it's progressing that much, because, yeah, so all these things are probably being made in here in the forge. Or is that just bars being made? I think with the bar, the order for the bars is actually, it's on repeat, yeah. So maybe we should not have that on repeat, because I think we only have one blacksmith, and they're just going to keep making bars, and they'll never do anything else. So let's put bars on a craft 2 job to like 15. 15 sounds like a decent number. I'll be able to make a couple of pieces of armor out of that 15, and that'll be good. And we also need the tailor, I think, wait, hold on. Do we need the loom? Yeah, we need the tailor for padding for the armor, so that's definitely another important thing. We can see the bone carver right here. Let's go ahead and get that bone needle queued up. I'm not going to wait for the automatic system to kick in because I want to get this done right now. We can see this actually needs tables and chairs again because that just got stolen by the carpenter. However, I need to make sure I put this priority up to 3. Also on the bone carver, make sure to always keep up on my priorities. And we can see that okay, so we can go ahead and create this final wall on this level. And then we can go ahead and create, you know, the floors. Oh, actually, we need to create the stairs up for the next little area. So our stairs are just going to continue along this pattern and sort of spiral around and around as we get higher up in the levels. And that's going to be awesome because we can also go ahead and create the floors now. Make sure it's serpentine. And we just have to scroll up and wait, is that? This should be correct. Hopefully that's correct. Yeah, that's correct. Oh wait, we don't actually need to put, hold on, let me just quickly cancel that floor job there, because otherwise we'd be blocking ourselves off. And also, I'm starting to think that the reason some of the things aren't running as well as they could is because a lot of our haulers are actually hauling lots and lots of stones. So I'm gonna go ahead and just remove this designation and just make it a lot smaller. So this area for the stockpile. So if we think of 64, you know, bits of stone going into one area, we aren't going to need that many actual. So I'll put this down at 4. I believe I keep the stone and just make sure we actually get all of the yeah. Do we just want, yeah, just raw stone, because the blocks I'm supposed to have another. I'm actually supposed to have another stockpile for blocks, and I guess I will go ahead and do that right now. Just go ahead and separate them a bit, and this will be the block stockpile. Also, should it also be on 4 or 3? I think 3, and make that the blocks. So I'm hoping that with this new carpenter it'll be a lot more efficient, because we do have more than one woodworker in the kingdom, so it makes sense to have more than one actual place for them to do their job at. And we can see that there's actually some barrels being created here that I did queue up just earlier. So we can go ahead and throw those in to the drink stockpile. And that also reminds me that I need to make a still quite soon. I'm not sure if I should sort of, you know, raise that in priority in my mind. You know, should I build a still right next? Or should I actually just continue on with my military sort of things and try and get this armor up as soon as possible? Which probably is going to be the best idea. We're also going to need a weaponsmith as well, and that'll probably just sit somewhere in here. But that is going to go ahead and do it for this episode. I want to thank you all so much for watching. Leave a comment with your thoughts on everything that you saw this episode down below. Things you'd like to see. Maybe you can suggest a game to me, and I will definitely go ahead and consider it. And then, you know, go check out that game. And if I, you know, see it fit, then I will make a video on it. Because, you know, this is a community. This is all about what you guys want to see and what I, you know, want to produce. So basically that is the golden cycle that we're going to go through. So you can go ahead and leave any useful hints, and also I am still taking names, but again I will just warn you that there are still a lot of names on the list. It's still over 100, and you know, with the new updates to this game, you can actually get more than, you know, say 40 gnomes. So I could be looking at, you know, 50 or 60 gnomes by the end of this season, for all I know. Hopefully, we can only hope to get that far. And so yeah, just leave your name below if you want it to be named eventually, and that'll go ahead and get done. My name is Derpify, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in another video.